All right, World Team Trial semis are in the books. The finals are set. Kozak, we're going to run through 65 on up. And starting at 65 kilograms, Real Woods takes out Jesse Mendez. An 11-9 crazy match here. Real jumps out to an early lead, take down, bunch of guts. Mendez makes it interesting there, but just runs out of time.
Yeah, and 65 is a bracket where we kind of knew it was going to be unpredictable, had the potential to kind of be blown up, and Real makes the finals out of the 5 seed, and he's going to wrestle Brock Hardy, who was the 2 seed. We haven't really seen him in freestyle, but he's looking really good. Had a crazy match against Seth Gross, and then he beats Bo Bassett in the semis.
Yeah, I mean, for Brock Hardy, he beats Seth Gross 19-16. Crazy match. Not many people win a match where they give up 16 points, but Brock Hardy did, and then he takes out Bo Bassett, and his counter offense looks really good. He's getting to legs consistently, but the physicality of Real Woods is definitely standing out. His ability to gut wrench, and really it's those quick starts for Real Woods that are so huge for him. Although he did get the buzzer beater win over Aiden Valencia, was all but beat by Aiden and gets a late double leg as basically time is expiring to knock off Valencia.
Yeah, I'm really curious the finals match between Hardy and Woods. To me, it feels unpredictable. I could see it going a couple different ways. Both guys are pretty good at parterre, really good neutral offense. So I'm expecting some points to go on the board on that 65 kilo.
Yeah, to me, it does seem like Real will be the favorite in that match, but tough to say. It's been an unpredictable way. Marcus Blaze took out Bo Bassett in the consolation semis. A definitely notable result there. As we move to 70 kilograms, this one is totally crazy as well, where you had Caleb Henson knocking off James Green in the quarters, and then Bryce Andonian beating his teammate Caleb Henson on that top side.
Yeah, and Bryce Andonian is looking really good. He beat Will Lewan, kind of took it to him, 2 big fours in that match, and then Andonian got a late takedown over Caleb Henson. And on the other side of the bracket, it's the high schooler PJ Duke kind of running his way through a really, really tough draw, right?
Yeah, Duke Mafia is real. He takes out NCAA champion Antrell Taylor in his first match, and then another NCAA champion, Ridge Lovett, right after that. And both, he kind of had to dig deep a little bit. Antrell, I think he had a good start, and it was back and forth, and then PJ got a late 4 to take that match and hung on. And then against Ridge Lovett, he controlled it a little bit more, but right at the end, he wasn't up very much. Ridge gets the double unders, then he drops in. It's an exchange on the edge. He slips in the far side boot. They give 2 on the mat, and Ridge wins, and then it goes to challenge. They wipe it. PJ Duke, the winner, and he sits in the finals, set to face Bryce Andonian.
Yeah, and this is a rematch from, I think it was the Bill Farrell in November, so about 6 months ago. And PJ Duke controlled that match against Andonian, start to finish. He was winning 10-2 when he pinned Andonian. I think this match is going to go a little different, but it's crazy to say that PJ Duke is the favorite over, 3-time All-American Bryce Andonian.
Yeah, and he's already beaten 2 NCAA champions. I think what stands out the most about PJ is he is a high schooler technically, but he has the physicality and the positioning of a senior level of an NCAA guy, so seasoned despite his youth. And that's what makes him so hard to beat and open up. And for Bryce Andonian, that's the big challenge there. How do you open up PJ Duke, who can really control the hand fight?
Yeah, I am curious, first time Andonian wrestled Duke, maybe you underestimate him. Maybe you think, he's whatever, a senior in high school. And their styles, they really play into each other because they like that upper body, both guys. And Andonian in the match in November really was playing with fire a bunch, and he got burned almost every single time.
Yes.
And so maybe a little more tactical match from Andonian.
Maybe he just needs to go even crazier.
Just go nuts. Yeah, I would love to see that. That would be great.
And then you go to 74 kilograms, David Carr over Terrell Bearclaw. He looked really good. Honestly, made Carr really work for it. He had the lead late, but once Carr took that lead, he didn't look back.
Yeah, David Carr, I think we kind of talked about it earlier. Not maybe not 100%, or maybe not the best I've seen David Carr.
No.
But, you say that, and then still makes the finals, still gets a tech fall over Ed Scott, and takes out a really tough Bearclaw. And his finals opponent tomorrow is going to be Jared J. Hughes, who I think a lot of people underestimate him, but he is
he continues to do this.
He's really good at freestyle.
He's outstanding, and his counter scoring ability is pretty next level, and it's what kind of separated him against Quincy Monday. But then again, he was able to get to legs and finish just as well. He's super tricky wrestler. I think Carr is a big favorite here, but Jake Hughes has continued to surprise every step of the way.
Yeah, Jake Hughes beats Quincy Monday in the semis, who I think a lot of people were thinking, all right, if anyone's going to knock off David Carr, it's going to be Quincy Monday, but Jake Hughes goes and takes him out, and so then that says a lot about who Jake Hughes is, right?
Yeah, I definitely thought we were going to see Monday win that match, so nice win for Jake Hughes. Then 79, we're going to get the rematch, Levi Haynes versus DJ Hamady, both winning in the semis. Levi Haynes down 4-0 early to Carson Harshla, and then we've seen it before. Levi Haynes runs him down. Some reattacks, got some a takedown and a turn. A lot of good offense from Levi Haynes, and he looks really strong headed into tomorrow's final.
Yeah, and then Hamady tested against a really tough Simon Ruiz. Simon Ruiz, guy who I saw, early in the year for Cornell and just continued to get better, All-American. He's a guy to watch all throughout. But Hamady just, a little too slick, a little too good on his feet right now. And, man, I feel like Hamady Haynes toss-up, right? I mean, how could you, maybe you could say Haynes is a little more proven freestyle.
Yes.
But as good as Hamady's wrestling, it still feels like that's a match that's going to be in the balance.
I think I would favor Haynes in this matchup, but who knows? I've had a hard time predicting the 174-pound weight class. NCAA-wise, wouldn't be surprised to see DJ Hamady win. And you mentioned Ruiz. He is really, really tough. And the story in that match, Ruiz would get in. It was the counter scoring of Hamady that gave him a lot of problems. That leg defense that DJ has is problematic. And to quote my son Caleb on Ruiz, he said this week, he goes, a year ago, I didn't know who Simon Ruiz was. Now he's just him. I don't know if he's him. I don't know if he's reached that designation, but he's pretty daggone good and definitely someone to watch next year at 174.
Yeah.
86, this is going to be the talk from now until tomorrow and then beyond probably. Kyle Dake versus Carter Starachi. That is the final tomorrow afternoon. Dake gets it done. Kind of a crazy win over Parker Kekaisen.
Crazy start, yeah.
He, in the first 3 seconds, Kekaisen changes his level and shoots a double leg right through the face of Kyle Dake. Immediately bloodies his left eye, and somehow Dake only gives up 1 point. It's just very, very Dake-like. And Dake was mad. I don't know if he's mad.
Visibly upset.
He slapped the mat hard, not something you normally see. And I don't know if it was the pain, is he mad he gave him a point, or he's mad he got hit in the face. Either way, he didn't like it, and he showed it in a very Kyle Dake-like way, where he got chest wrap, head pinch, gut, and next thing you know, the match is over.
Yeah. So maybe if you're Starachi, maybe don't make Dake mad tomorrow, because it just seemed like that's what he needed to get his offense going against.
And think about the Olympics.
He got true against Sabalov. Yeah,
he got mad against Sabalov, and then he just destroyed him. And then he sent Sabalov basically into retirement.
Yeah. Okay.
Unrelated, but maybe it was related.
There you go. And then Starachi gets revenge against Marsteller, beats him 4-2, and low scoring, more tactical match. But what do you think about how Starachi looked?
I thought, he had one great opportunity and made the most of it, and there's the combination. He got in on a really nice. It wasn't a reattack, just a nice, kind of a low level sweep single, and then Chance did a great job. He had this shin whizzer, and he does, he does that thing where he kind of just sneaks his foot out and squared up, and then Starachi, I think Chance was just surprised because Starachi fired right back in, head outside double, and just like that same position we've seen Starachi just lift up and finish, and he went 2 and then 2 on the lace, and I said in the call that felt seismic. You get 2 and 2 on Chance, or Carter gets that kind of a lead. The path back is so tough, and Chance obviously fought really hard, a lot of attacks, but really Carter didn't give him much. Not a lot of opportunities to do anything. And Carter Starachi, an impressive win, headed into his match against Kyle Dake. And remember, 4-2. That was the final in the score of Zahid Valencia versus Chance Marsteller. I don't know what you can derive from that necessarily, other than Carter. Anyone that's beaten Chance Marsteller is extremely good, and we knew Carter was good, but now this maybe puts him in another rung on the freestyle side.
Yeah, it feels like Dake Starachi gonna be low scoring, gonna be very tactical. There's the familiarity aspect of them both training in Penn State room,
right?
But one of the things I think of was with Starachi, is he gonna be able to score enough on Kyle Dake to win the match? That's my question. Not saying he can't, but I think that is like what makes me hesitate to pick Strachey against Dick, just his offense.
Basic for Strachey to win, he has to finish a leg attack.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna be able? There's really no. I don't see any other path for Carter to score. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to, whether it's a reattack or something he generates, he's gonna have to get to Kyle Dake's legs and finish. Unless it's a really grimy, he gets a step out and a shot clock point, and it's a 2-2 type of match. I don't know. I just don't see that.
Yeah.
So, Dake's the favorite until he loses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go up to 92 kilograms, Josh Barr. This was a close first period, and then Barr really pulled away in the second, 10-4 win over Dustin Plott.
Yeah, it was 4-4, and then 3-second period takedowns. That's kind of Josh Barr's like MO, like, right? He just kind of builds as the match goes on, and so it sets up a rematch with Aiden Sinclair. They wrestled 4 times last year between spring and summer, and just 2-2. We saw Aiden win 10-0 at the U.S. Open. And then Josh Barr won 2 really close. Did he blow him out in the end? I don't know. It was a crazy series.
Tyler says yes.
So I think the first 2 matches of that were close, and then the third
It was a tag.
Yes.
Doesn't mention the attack.
Thank you, Tyler. Yeah. So it's kind of like, what do you expect from this match? I feel like watching Josh Barr, I wasn't blown away in such a way that I feel like he's separated himself from Aiden to where it's not like, Josh Barr next topic. I feel like this is going to be a really close match.
Oh, I totally agree. And Sinclair and Mike Mock, another war. Very physical match between those two. Sinclair dropped in on this beautiful low-level shot. Perfectly timed. Got the finish, and that was key for him. And now sets up the match I think a lot of fans wanted to see. We're going to see it tomorrow. And winner gets Trent Hidley in Final X. And then 97, Hayden Zillmer gets it done. 2-1. Not a lot to say about this match against Eric Schultz. Not a lot of offense from either guy. Zillmer down at 97 was the story. But for me, Jay Aiello taking out Justin Rademacher 11-4 really continues to impress. Thought maybe, hey, can Rademacher go on a run?
Yeah.
Aiello is just really elite.
Yeah, he is a guy who... He is ranked right now top 20 in the world at 97 kilograms, and justifiably so. And so I feel like going into the tournament, I was picking Zillmer, and now I feel like Aiello is
I'm
the favorite.
right there with you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right there with you. I just not seeing it with Hayden. He obviously could make us really wrong, think Hayden's really good. This isn't the best Hayden I've seen. And Aiello just has so many ways to score. Because he generates a lot. He attacks legs really well. But his counter scoring is maybe his best attribute. So that's going to be a great final. And then finishing off with heavyweight, Demetrius Thomas takes out Christian Lance. He got up big. Lance made it interesting at the end. But it's Demetrius Thomas following up a strong U.S. Open performance with a win here.
Yeah, and he's going to be the favorite over Trent Hilger. But I expect this match to be super competitive, really close. And I think Trent Hilger can definitely win, and it's like, man, winner of this makes Final X, but then you're facing Wyatt Hendrickson. So
have fun tomorrow.
Yeah. Yep.
Trent Hilger looked really good against Jordan Wood, a 13-2 tech. I thought Wood might be able to make that a little more interesting, but Trent, offense, defense, it was all working for Trent Hilger. So the finals are set. Women's freestyle finals get started at noon Eastern. Men's freestyle finals start at 1:30 Eastern. So they're going to do the finals and the thirds kind of at the same time, I think, on mats 1 and 2. So tune in at noon Eastern and check out men's and women's freestyle finals. It's going to be really fun. Anything else to say before we go?
It's one match. It's not a best of 3. One match. Winner goes to Final X. You don't want to miss it.